Dr. Sofia. Kita nak start program kita sebentar lagi. Yeah. Okay, I'll pass the mic to you. Okay, you can start now, Dr. Sofia.
Hi, I'm Sofia.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Can you do the background music?
Yeah.
I have not cover. So you don't need to hold it.
I think this one is better. Try this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello. Yeah. Okay. Hi, I'm Sofia. I hope everyone's doing well today. I'm Sofia. I graduated last year with a postgraduate, and I've started working the past few months here in London. Before that, I was also here studying my A-levels, and I also did my undergraduate degree here. I did both my master's and my undergraduate in psychology. So all in all, I've been here for the past 7 years now. So anyone's like wondering how it's like at London studying or living in London, just ask me, just reach out to me after the session. But yeah, as I mentioned, I did both my master's and bachelor's degree in psychology. So I learned a lot about counseling, organizational, business psychology. It's not just mental health and clinical in particular. However, my research focus was on the relationship between a parent and a child with intellectual disability. Because of course, the bond interaction may differ between a parent and a child that's normal compared to like a parent with a child with intellectual disability or autism or Down syndrome. So in my research, I found that parents with a child with intellectual disability that spends more leisure time together. So like playing games or even just playing activity together has a lot more closer relationship compared to those that didn't. And it's something very simple, but it plays such a huge role in their development and also their mental health as well. So yeah, if anyone's like interested about my research as well, come talk to me and I'll explain more. But anyways, yeah, so as I said before, I've been living abroad away from Malaysia for the past few years, and I would like to talk shortly about the importance of mental well-being and your mental health. Especially for recent university or college students, I know how hard it can be living away from your family, your Malaysia, your safe space. I can totally understand that. I've been here away, and personally, I've been away from Malaysia for over 2 years now, so I could totally get it. And especially recently, people started realizing how important mental health is, especially since the start of the pandemic as well. People are taking notice of not only their physical health, but also their mental well-being. So, for example, some people started realizing how stressful it can be working 7 to 8 hours a day in front of your computer. Or some people started realizing like how detrimental it is to like just being alone in one room or isolating themselves, not physically interacting with other people can be for their mental health. So like people are starting to be more mindful of taking care of your mental well-being. Taking care of your mental well-being or your mental health can be something so simple, I would say, but it's also something that we sometimes forget to do, especially in our busy daily lives. So I would like to share with you some tips, very simple tips on how to take care of your mental health. So first of all, it's basically to connect with other people. Good friendships and relationships can help your self-worth, provide emotional support, and allows you to support others and gives you an opportunity to share positive experiences. So you can connect people in various ways by spending time with your friends and family, during the weekend, have lunch with your colleagues or course mates, or even you can stay in touch with your family and friends, or you can phone through FaceTime or surrounding yourself with people that are positive and that you can simply vibe with can truly make a difference as well. This not only improves your mental health, but also your relationships with your family and friends. So yeah, connect with people. Secondly, it's to be physically active, so do exercises. I know not many people tend to be fond of exercising regularly, but I would say find a form of exercise that you can enjoy. So could be running, swimming, or even dancing. Personally, to me, I go for long walks during my lunch breaks, and I also go for dance classes during weekends as well. So that's what I do to keep fit. Being active is great for both your physical and mental health. It can help raise your self-esteem, your confidence, change your mood in a positive way, so you feel happier, and helps you set goals and to achieve them. So it can also reduce stress and depression, and then through, like, let's say if you join dance classes or any kind of swimming classes, you can also socialize with new people. So it's always good. But yeah, that's the second tip. Thirdly is also to try to learn new skills. So this can simply be trying new cooking recipes or doing a pottery class, or even learning a new language. You can also try out new hobbies like writing a blog or trying a sport. So learning new skills can help boost your confidence, helps you to be able to sense purpose, as well as help you to connect to more like-minded. Another way of maintaining good mental health is to pay more attention to the present moment. This includes your thoughts, your feelings, your body, and the world around you. I know we tend to worry about what's going to happen in the future, what's next. But at the same time, we should also try to live in the present moment and be aware of it. So you can practice this awareness by doing what is called as mindfulness. Mindfulness is a practice of taking notice of your thoughts, your feelings, your body sensations, and the world around you. There are also various mindfulness practices, such as mindfulness meditation, which involves sitting silently and bringing attention to your breathing and the thoughts and sounds around you. So very similar to normal meditation or like yoga. Yoga or again Tai Chi can also help your breathing and also helps to calm your mind down. So I do mindfulness as well, just simply like sitting down, just relaxing, putting maybe some like very calm sounds music. Just 5 to 10 minutes every morning, it helps. So that helps as well. Another way is to practice self-care. So schedule some alone time with yourself, or we would say as me time. So sometimes being constantly surrounded with people can be overwhelming, especially if you're constantly interacting with people on daily basis at work, or even at school or university. It can drain your energy. So always make time for yourself doing the things you enjoy. This could even be watching like Netflix show or something. So other simple ways to improve and maintain good mental health is to eat healthily, drink lots of water, and getting enough sleep. Getting enough sleep personally to me is so important, because if you lack sleep, it changes your mood and you get tired. It will affect not only your daily life, but also how you interact with other people. So enough sleep is important. It could be 7 to 8 hours, it could be less. It depends on what you feel best for your body. So other than that, you can also improve your self-esteem as well by tracking your pursuits and achievements. In a journal, you don't have to have a journal. You can have like a small notebook and just write 3 things you were grateful for and 3 things you were able to accomplish in each day. So this helps you to be more aware and mindful of the present moment and helps to reduce stress as well. So can also make you aware, okay, like this is the things that I accomplished, like I should be proud of myself for things. It could be very simple things, but it can help with your mental state. So I would say my advice is of connecting new people, doing exercises, trying new skills. Mindfulness, yoga are quite simple and kind of self-explanatory, but sometimes it is good for us to remind ourselves how important doing these things can be to oneself and their mental health. And yeah, that's the end of my short talk. So I'm gonna give more time for Q&A, question and answers, and yeah, I'm happy to answer. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, I will start the first question.
Yeah.
A very golden question. Okay. I hope you can answer it honestly. Okay. I'm your, let's say for example that I'm your secret admirer for once. Okay. I come to you suddenly and I've been rejected by you. Okay. I hope you don't need to tell me go and have a good night's sleep. Yeah, you don't have enough sleep or go for exercises and all that, is it? So how do you handle rejection? Is it am I going to face this mental health the moment I've been rejected by you?
Not necessarily. Don't take it to heart. But if it really affects your mental state or your emotions, it's best to talk to someone. It could be someone close to you. Like, it's always good to communicate with someone. Simply even to just release your emotions or express your feelings is always nice. Sometimes you just need to express or like talk to someone about it to help you feel better again. So I would say just talk to someone. I know it's a simple advice, but it does help. So, yeah.
Okay, so I would like to open it to the floor. Is any questions you would like to question to Dr. Sofia? Okay.
Thank you. Want to say something?
Hi, Sofia. Thank you for your help. So how can I contact you with how I approach you, like in the UK, right?
Yeah.
So which area are you doing mental health and counseling in offices? Or just by?
Are you practicing at the moment?
Are you?
Not in particular. But I just like at the moment I'm mostly doing just counseling. I'm mostly in towards the business psychology side of things, but I also help out like one-to-one as well. So if let's say my friends, if they need help to talk to someone, then you just contact me. So, and I'm happy to help. So yeah.
Is it for free or do I need to pay?
I mostly do it for free. Yeah.
Because most of the counseling here.
Yeah.
It's very expensive.
Yeah, I mostly do volunteer because
Dr. Sofia, I wanted to ask you, because I run quite a lot of events for business entrepreneurs in London, I hope to invite you to our event. Maybe you can talk to all these business ladies and gentlemen. It will be a good prospect moving forward, because sometimes people don't realize if they are depressed or they are having issues with
their health. Because, like you said, like sometimes people think mental health is, let's say, crazy people, or like oh, mental health is someone that's like anxiety, but actually everyone can have their mental health affected. It could be something so simple, like some people think, oh, let's say suicide and all that, like severe, but actually, I learned that it's good to take care of your mental health from the very start. But usually people get it worse when they don't start from the beginning. So everyone can get their mental health affected, but it's not that obvious. So yeah, like I said, like taking care of your mental health is something like very simple ways, but sometimes we forget to do it. to practice it properly. So yeah,
Busy schedule.
Malaysian.
yeah, it's very taboo, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's just so is everyone, right? Like Malaysian.
Non-Malaysian. It could be anyone.
Yeah, it
But
could be anyone.
yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Because in Malaysia, the awareness of mental health is quite
Yeah,
low.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. In Malaysia, I would say that there needs to be an increasing more awareness of mental health, I would say.
There is.
Yeah, for sure.
They become more.
Yeah, especially young generation. I think they really take care of their mental health a lot more and take it really, really seriously. So yeah, like start from the beginning, like really take care of your mental health, because you never know, your mental state can turn 180 degrees overnight.
Yeah.
You never know. There's a lot of cases like that. So I would say just take care.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really.
Thank you.
Okay, that's a good answer.
Yeah.
Is there any question from this table?
Hi,
Hi.
I just wanted to ask, like, just now you mentioned a lot of things that we can do on a daily, mostly simple things. Mostly things that are like simple, like
Yeah.
exercise, and people on that.
Mhm.
But I think the problem with a lot of people with mental illnesses is that they get stuck in this pattern of negative thought and negative behavior where you can't break out of that.
Yeah.
So even though these things are simple,
Yeah.
things like moving mountains,
Yeah.
how do you break out of that? That's why you have to.
There are specific techniques, but I would say reach out if it is that, like, if it's severe, if it's that, like, if you really need help, definitely reach out to your GP or your doctor or like a psychologist. In UK, we have the NHS. In NHS, they have like assistant psychologists and all of that. So reach out to them, and then they also have specific techniques that you can do to break out of your negative cycle. So there's this thing called CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy. So it's mostly just writing down goals, what you should do on a daily basis, like a homework kind of thing. So those is one of the techniques how you can break out of that cycle. And then you reach out to your specialist that you meet up for appointments like every 3 weeks. So that's one of the techniques. So I think it's best to reach out to a professional. And then there are various different psychology techniques out there. CBT is one of the simple ones. So yeah, there are various ones for sure. But also, like I said earlier, starting yourself with very positive people that is very positive also helps out a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. Like, it's not really obvious, but it's true.
Your environment is everything.
Yeah, because imagine like if you're in a social circle that always has a lot of controversies or drama, it's not going to be good for your mental state.
Yeah.
So regardless of how many like
I'm very
psychological techniques that you do, it's not going to help you to that. So the social circle is important as well. So yeah. So,
They call it like energy vampire. So wherever you go, you get sucked out all the positive energy, and then you're left with the negative energy behind.
Yeah. So definitely.
Yeah.
So that's
You gotta be
my
very
advice.
careful with your environment.
Yeah.
That's
my answer.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dr. Sofia, I think to have mental health, I think it's about accepting, right?
Yeah.
Accepting, because in my own experience, I have a son who is dyslexia. I did not accept him being a dyslexia, I think, for about 5 years. Until the day I went to see an expert. And I think that time I'm having my mental health. And then that was the day when I went to the Ministry of Health. They said, your son is OPU, in this year they call it OPU, orang kurang upaya. So I cried, because being accepting my son being a dyslexia. But the thing is, accept that your son is dyslexia. Then I did my homework, look at videos and all that, how to teach to be accepted in the society and all that. That is from my own experience. Is it? So I hope that you will come up with a good solution one day, not even for people facing the same problem, but actually by parents accepting their children having some sort of a similar thing, you know. So
Can I add to it? Can I borrow your mic? Thank you for, I don't know if it's working. Thank you.
Not working, yes.
Because of the timer. It has a timer. It has a timer.
Okay. Thank you for sharing your experience with your child having to be a dyslexic person. I just need to share one or two thoughts and experience myself. I am a dyslexic person myself. I was diagnosed quite later of my age, in my late 20s, while I was doing my master's degree in architecture. So you can imagine how much I struggled all my life while I was studying my primary senior school. And one thing that my parents didn't want to admit, that I was dyslexic, because both my parents are microbiologists and both of them are very superior in their position at work. Nevertheless, I just want to let you know, I learned to grow up with dyslexia. I don't have a support from my parents, of course, but one thing I've learned through hardship, to fight all the way to the end. And I completed my master's degree with distinction. Completed my degree with distinction. Therefore, with a lot of my talks with the schools here in the UK, with the private schools, one thing about children that facing difficulties in studying, it could be ADHD or dyslexia, or it could be anything. It's about the support, the mental support that you can give as a parent, as a teacher, as a business person, to show them there's hope. The sky's the limit. And we dyslexic person, we have other skills that other people doesn't have. I see things through 3D in business. Other people doesn't see the way I do. And I see a future of a business in different perspective that other people don't see, but I do. So there's so many other skills that dyslexic person have because of the hardship that they go through all their life. So please do put hope on your child and don't say that they are any lesser than anyone else. For me, dyslexia is a kid. Yeah, it's a kid. Yeah, and it's a lot to learn from people who have dyslexia. They have so many skills that no one else has. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I would say just to add on, individuals with intellectual disabilities or mental health issues, they have their own thing that they're very good at that we might not be good at actually. So maybe someone with autistic, they may not be good in a lot of the daily things that we normally do, but they always have something that they're very good at, very skillful. So I know an individual, she has a brother with autism, and he's not good in communicating. He can't speak well and all of that. But he's so good in doing computer stuff, he can hack. So yeah, he's very good in technology. So everyone don't underestimate that.
No.
Really.
No.
Yeah, accept them. In Malaysia, it's a long way to go. I would say.
Yeah.
But the more that we're more aware of it and more accepting of them, the more it's going to be better for them to live in.
Is there any more question from the floor? Sir, do you have any question? You have any question?
Small comment. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Just want to remind ourselves, whether we Muslim or not Muslims, we have to know that we are on this earth. Humanity has come down. When they come down, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, "People ba'dukum ba'da litashqa." You both of you come down for suffering. So through the sufferance, we all go through different directions. We get this pain normally. This pain, we are rewarded for it. And I just want to remind myself and you guys, all of us, all about this. That's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's a shock to us. I've seen it myself.
Yeah, the 180 degrees.
It's
like
share perspective on bipolar. Thank you.
Firstly, bipolar individuals, it happens like usually because of past trauma. It's mostly affected in their childhood. Obviously, I can't say like what happened. Every individual has their own story, and we have to respect that. And I feel very sorry for them, really. I would say if we could be more understanding of that, be more open to accepting that, I think they're actually, good people, would say. But yeah, like to me, it's very unfortunate, but it could also be a blessing to them. So for me, I don't see individuals bipolar as something negative, even though maybe some of their actions could be negative, but it's not really their fault at the end of the day. It's because of their past trauma most of the time. So personally to me, as long as you're understanding of it, depending on the circumstances, I think they will do well in the future, I would say. If they know what they can and cannot do, what their limits, I think they can go far in the future. So as long as they have a good support by their family or friends, whoever they're very close with, I think they are, I treat them like a normal individual, really, and we should treat everyone with a mental health difficulty or intellectual disability as someone normal. Because I've seen like people who have experienced the same thing, they get really uncomfortable if people see them differently, when actually it's just something that they have, So yeah, that's my opinion.
Dr. Sofia, thank you for that. Thank you for that question. It's really good.
Yeah.
The other part of humankind, I find it quite difficult to handle. One is bipolar. I know we can't teach them. We just have to accept who they are. The other person kind of behavior problem is narcissist. In business, you do come across these kind of people. They have very obsession, a very high level of obsession in either change other individual or their partners or their business companionship. So narcissist is another topic that I'm still learning myself how to handle this kind of people, because you do come across these kind of people a lot. And I do understand that they also go through a traumatic childhood. Bipolar, narcissist, and all other type of wording that you use in mental health. But narcissists, I do find it very difficult to understand why do they behave in such way, but in a way of feeding themselves by hurting you. Bipolar is more of a behavior issue. They change personality with different situations and circumstances. But narcissists, is their survival mode by destroying you. So this is something I can never understand. Why do they need to do that? destroying another person, but it's a fulfillment for them. Yeah, it's a very strong character, I would say. So I hope I can have a few comments from you in terms of narcissists.
I would say, as you said, narcissists, they normally become like that because of a traumatic experience in their childhood. It's also, in general, how the personality who we are now is basically created by, like, from our environment, when we grew up, our upbringing, and the family and parents, because the relationship of your parents could also impact a child as well. So it really depends. But maybe, like, one of the things why narcissists are narcissists is maybe, for example, the parents don't give attention to them during their childhood. Maybe, like, their parents are always away from them and they feel so isolated. Maybe they get bullied in school, for example, but they don't tell. So unless, like, and maybe, like, in their mind, they learn, okay, like, if I affect someone else, then people are gonna come up to me. And even if it's like, even if it's people, like, scolding them, that's still considered to them attention to them. They don't care whether it's like a negative one or a positive one. As long as they receive that attention, they're okay with it. You know, they feel very happy for it. So that's, like, the mental state of a narcissist.
Do you diagnose them as psychological?
Not really.
Issue, or no? It's more like an upbringing.
It's more of a.
It's not psychotic kind of behavior.
Yeah, it's not a psychotic behavior. It's more of a personality trait.
Okay. I just need to learn to understand character and why the reason they act in certain ways.
Yeah.
I mean, in business, you do come across this kind of character a lot.
A lot, yeah.
But they are minority.
Yeah.
They are. The only thing is, they can't be a business entrepreneur because you need to have a good PR with people. Yeah. You can't be meeting people destroying each other. So they're definitely not in entrepreneurship. Yeah. But when they come into your life, they tend to just destroy you and they walk away. Destroy you and they walk away. So yeah, it's something I need to learn a lot about. Thank you.
Nice one. Okay. So, any more questions? Yes.
Yes.
Afternoon.
Hi.
Earlier you mentioned a lot about going through therapy.
Yeah.
How effective is therapy? And basically my question is, at the end of therapy, how is there a state that you are looking for? For example, they are no more mentally ill. Or is there a more of an understanding of what they had gone through, they understand their own self better, and how to move on? What's the end state that you're looking for when you do therapy?
Okay, thanks for your question. That's a really good question. So during the therapy itself, so at the end of the therapy, usually there is a follow-up session. Usually, so the follow-up session will usually be assistant psychologist or support workers, and they will usually contact you to see how you're doing, and to just simply follow up in the last few weeks after the session. I've done experiences with that as well in the NHS, doing internships in the past. So what I do is that I'll contact the clients. We call them clients. We don't call them patients. So we contact the clients and basically to follow up what you're doing, how you're doing. Basically just talking for a few weeks, and we'll basically, it all depends on the client. So if the clients say, okay, I'm good now, like, I can go on my own, then okay, we have to respect the decision and we'll just, end that program, I would say. So it usually depends like that way, but I would say like therapy is really good. Regardless, you don't have to have a mental health issue or severe issue to go to therapy. There's always a misconception about that. People tend to like worry worry like when we say, oh, I went to counseling, and people are like, oh, like what happened? What happened? You know? But actually, like even if you have problems like personal issues, family issues, you cannot, and you don't feel comfortable talking to your friends or like people close to you, you can always talk to someone. Because sometimes, let's say if you talk about issues all the time with your family and friends, maybe eventually they feel drained.
Yeah.
And it does happen. So there's always and it's always good to meet up with a professional and simply let it out. They will always listen. Like you don't have to do anything really. Like you don't have to expect anything in the session. You go to the session, you can just let it out, just express, just talk about it. And usually the professionals will just listen. And that's what we all do. So I would say therapy is really good. Regardless of how severe your mental health difficulty is, regardless, like if you don't have a mental health issues, it's always good to go to counseling or go to therapy. So yeah, like we're always happy to just listen. Yeah. I won't judge. That's one thing. Yeah. So yeah, we'll never judge.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sofia. Actually, okay, that will be the end of our session. Okay. And actually, I want to make a confession. Actually, by right, what Linda said just now, I'm also a dyslexia. So actually, by right, what happened to my son, I feel guilty. You know, because of my dyslexia, maybe I passed my dyslexia to my son.
No.
That's why it takes about 5 years for me to accept my son is dyslexia. Okay, but same like Linda, I have a master's degree. Okay. I'm from Malaysian. Okay, but life is good. Okay, life is good. Okay, so one simple formula: just accept what you are.
Yeah.
Accepting things like our brother said just now is all Allah. Okay, so maybe you want to end your speech with something.
Yeah,
You need to sing.
Singing.
I would say just take care of the mental health. Like I said, it's very simple ways, really. But sometimes we just forget to do very simple things, really. So it's always good to remind ourselves, be more accepting, be more open to them, be more understanding. If you feel like what's wrong with them, just talk to someone. You can also Google it, search it up. It's always there. Information is always out there. And I would say, to follow up what we said, I feel like it's also a gift from God. As well to have this. So yeah, that's
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sofia. Okay, let's give a big clap to Dr. Sofia. Okay. So I'm honored to invite the owner of Halia and also the treasurer of USAHANITA Malaysia, Datin Farida. Saya kata dia.
Datin Farida.
So, okay, ada cikgu mata daripada Datin Farida dan Dr. Sofia.
That is so cute. You want one? Let me go buy for you.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. All right. Come here.
Are you going to announce the level?
Yeah.
Dr. apa ni? Okay, Datin Farida dia bagi bangka peluk kan? So kalau bawa bangka peluk bulu pilih ni sampai jadi busuk pun kan bangka dia kan? Apa bata busuk? Okay, so thank you Dr. Sofia. Dan untuk tetamu yang ada hari ini, kita ada jumper sale untuk clearance sale untuk barangan-barangan daripada Malaysia. Siapa yang duduk di London, yang penat tak boleh nak tumbuk cili, tumbuk ini, tumbuk bawang putih, tumbuk bawang, semuanya ada di luar. Ya, so silakan shopping demi untuk membantu usahawan wanita kita di Malaysia. Okay? Usahawan wanita kita yang ada di Malaysia sekarang ni ada yang terlibat di dalam dengan masalah pandemik baru ni, ada yang kehilangan pekerjaan, ada yang kehilangan bermacam-macam, ya, mata pencarian, ya. So jadi saya sayang Datuk Faridah ni pasal apa? Dia membantu usahawan-usahawan wanita di Malaysia untuk bangun dan kita kembali untuk berniaga semula. Okey, kalau keadaan di Malaysia sekarang, kalau ada kawan kita di London, actually di Malaysia sekarang ni memang perniagaan kita memang susah. Jadi kita nak bangun balik pun memang it takes years nak recover balik, ya, untuk niaga semula. Jadi berkat daripada usaha Datuk Faridah ni, dia melalui usaha wanita Malaysia, beliau telah membawa barangan-barangan yang dibuat oleh usahawan-usahawan wanita kita di Malaysia. Ada yang dibuat, ni saya mental health.
I need mental support.
Okay, so jadi ada barangan-barangan dibuat di kilang-kilang yang kecil, di rumah kedai, ada yang dibuat di belakang rumah, you know. So untuk hidup, okay, untuk sinambungkan kehidupan mereka. Jadi matlamat kita untuk mengadakan program hari ini actually ialah untuk membantu usahawan-usahawan kita, maknanya di samping membantu kita bersedekah, ya. Jadi terima kasih banyak. Actually hari ini pun hari terakhir program Malaysian Food and Festival Malaysia. Jadi saya ucapkan Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Mungkin ada sepatah dua kata daripada Datuk Faridah untuk mengakhiri program kita pada hari ini dengan dijumpa.
Okey, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Saya bagi 50% dan betul saya itu Datuk Hajah Faridah Jabar. Terima kasih kerana telah membawa kami usahawan ke sini untuk mempamerkan produk-produk kami, produk IKS kami dari Malaysia ke sini atas nama usahawan wanita Malaysia, iaitu USAHANITA. Terima kasih juga kepada Presiden kami, iaitu Puan Haimatul Omar dan barisan AJK tertinggi kami di Malaysia, kerana dengan sokongan mereka kami dapat bersama-sama melebarkan sayap produk-produk usahawan wanita kami ke sini for orang kata going global. InsyaAllah apa yang terkurang kami akan membaik pulih, akan upgrade lagi produk-produk kami yang tak menepati piawaian di sini, dan kami akan talk together dengan pihak market untuk upgradekan lagi produk-produk kami, di mana mereka semalam bila kita bersembang jawab memang willing to help us kat sini untuk usahawan-usahawan kita. So far saya rasa misi yang kami datang ke sini atas nama titik usahawan wanita Malaysia, iaitu USAHANITA, berjaya lah, ya. Walaupun memang 3 hari yang kami lakukan ini memang successful betul, ramai whatever daripada first day, second day, dan hari ini hari penutupan memang happening. Pengisian yang kami bagi bagus. And then participant daripada local people kat sini pun very bagus. Support us very well. Dan saya mengucapkan terima kasih juga kepada pihak berniaga kami atas nama USAHANITA Puan Najwa yang organize kami ke sini. Terima kasih banyak-banyak. Begitu juga dengan SPTL as a bidang terjun kepada kami untuk menjadi MC daripada awal sampai ke akhir. Thank you banyak-banyak. InsyaAllah nanti kami jemput lagi, and to our friend members yang mengiringi kami ke sini untuk membawa produk-produk usaha kami. Thank you a lot kerana membawa orang kata lebih kurang 50
lima tu produk venue ke sini untuk display dekat sini. InsyaAllah, thanks to all, I love you. Mengucapkan terima kasih kepada Halia UK lah, under Jimat Group of Company, kerana membenarkan juga menggunakan juga lokasi ini untuk event hari di sini. Saya juga mengucapkan terima kasih kepada pihak staff UK Halia yang banyak membantu kami untuk merealisasikan program kami di sini. Terima kasih kepada Puan King and the staff. I love you all.
Banyak sungguh lah kepada saya ini. Okay. I just want to tell you that we are promoting Malaysian curry kepala ikan, fish head curry, free. Okay, so for food we declare it as food testing. Okay, so if you have the time, you can come after 1 o'clock. Okay, you can have our fish head curry. Okay, and we have the promotion for our product today. Okay, and we have our patient up there. If you want to buy for your wife, okay, we are shopping up there. Okay,
Thank you very much.
okay.
Thank you very much.
Promosi kita barangan yang ada di luar tu telah diturunkan ke 30% diskaun. 30 ke 50. Dia kalau perempuan tu kan kita bagi diskaun itu belum betul. Okay. 30 ke 50% diskaun kita bagi ya. Okay. So boleh tengok barangan di luar ialah makanan dan barangan fashion di atas. Okay. Jadi Puan Emma ada sebelah saya ni, dia pakai fashion. Okay. Dulu dia pakai interior decorator. Okay. Tapi dia dah mengembangkan perniagaan dia bahkan fashion pula. Okay. So banyak. Tapi saya negotiate ini semalam Puan Emma boleh bagi diskaun sikit tak? Dia kan. Itu kena beli barang dulu baru bagi diskaun. Jadi bincang dengan Puan Emma ya. Okay, so thank you for coming. Okay, Dr. Sofia again, good talk today. Okay, so you going to do the talking? Dia tak boleh, dia panggil pegang mikrofon dia tak lepas. Okay, so thank you very much. Assalamualaikum.
Sekejapnya ada lunch kari kepala ikan, sekejap lagi. Ni semua produk-produk kita. Ni orang kuat semua. Datuk main phone je pagi tadi.
Halo, pagi.
Ini satu Malaysia tengok ni Datuk.
Berkomunikasi dengan populasi sana mencari produk baru. Saat ini saya dapat ada 7 produk di Sabah.
Untuk dimasukkan.
Ya.
Kat bawah berapa persen ni?
Sudah 15 sudah. Orang mulai pun sudah dapat. Kira-kira 20 minit.
Kak Enson, say hi to Kak Enson. Yang lain dekat Malaysia. 50%.
Oh, 100%.
Say Rahana, say something.
Ini kat mana ni?
Malaysia.
Oh, hai. Assalamualaikum. Kita orang Malaysia kan? Assalamualaikum. Kenapa perasaan dah lupa diri? Banyak duduk lantai kita ni apa? Berdiri.